Hello and welcome Universe Mode. This is Tuesday Night Raw again. We're like 0 for 3 right now, I think, on Raw being on time. So, yep, that's all I have to say about that one. Keeping the consistency going of being shit. But anyway, Raw is not right now the key focus for being late. It is the key focus for Survivor Series and what is going to happen heading into that iconic event. It will not be about titles at this pay-per-view. It will be about supremacy. It will be about one group proving that they are better than the other. It will be about the Bullet Club and the Dangerous Alliance. More on that as I will be able to talk about it later, but as for right now, you see there Cody Rhodes once more being advertised tonight, though Rhodes has stated he is not defending his United States Championship, but rather he has something to say about the way last week's match against Tyler Breeze ended off, and something he wants to discuss about it in general. Be interesting to see what Rhodes has to say there. Maybe we'll see another altercation between those two men, but it's the main event that we will turn our focus to. For the first time since No Way Out, the World Heavyweight Champion Dolph Ziggler is in one-on-one action, and he will be going up against none other than the villain, Marty Scurll. Scurll with a great opportunity here, but is Ziggler's mind in the right place following all that has happened to my beloved Bullet Club as of late, as a result of those Dangerous Alliance members? We'll find out. But before we get into any of that, action, it is time for a tag team match involving the team that made their debut last week, TM61. TM61, of course, only wrestled one match so far, and the one match they were a part of had quite the effect left on it. As you didn't see last week, when following TM61's debut victory over the Revolution, James Storm took it upon himself to attack his now former tag team partner, Drew McIntyre, lay him out in the ring with the 8-second ride, and, well, that was it. He just left it be and went on his way. As you're going to see here, we're going to go back to last week now, shortly after the events that happened. We tried to get a backstage interview there with James Storm. As you can see, Storm was having none of it. Walked off on his way, refused to answer questions, and has not been seen since last week's episode of Raw. Still no reason as to why Storm has done what he did, but it has been revealed that as a result of what has transpired here, Drew McIntyre has requested and been granted his release from the Monday Night Raw roster. That leaves a lot of questions over where McIntyre will end up next. A big discussion of free agency for a big guy like McIntyre. And yeah, don't worry, I've got my eye on him already. But before we get into any of that, before we talk any more about the Revolution, I should say we should focus on tonight's tag team match. TM61 and the New Day squaring off. Two big teams, two teams, a lot of fire and I guess a lot of crowd support, certainly much more on the New Day's side of things than anyone else, than TM61's. But a big match nonetheless for TM61 in this one. Shane Thorne and Nick Miller are going to have to be aware that this is by no means an easy tag team to fare. They overcame the Revolution last week, and to be fair, they showed off pretty damn well in that performance. But then again, if my memory serves me correct, I don't think they made the Storm was tagged in that one at all. They beat down McIntyre for the entire match. This one may be a little bit more different and a little bit more difficult as they face off against the New Day. It'll be Xavier and Big E doing this one as per usual. Kofi Kingston has a match later on tonight to worry about before he can put his name in the hat and say that he wants to be involved in this one. The New Day, as per usual, doing their thing, moving around or whatever. I don't really know. If you've been following for a while, you know my opinion on the New Day. They can do whatever the hell they want. It's stupid whatever they do, but it doesn't make a difference because they aren't the Bullet Club. And while this match is going to happen here, while this may have something to do with my good brothers, with the Bullet Club, with the World Tag Team Champions, I don't see any team coming as close to those World Tag Team titles right now as I see with the Brood. The Bullet Club have their eyes firmly set on the Brood, firmly set on facing the Brood, and so that's all our thoughts are about. So that being said, I want to talk about last week. I want to talk about the heinous acts we saw from the SmackDown roster last week, from the Dangerous Alliance to be more specific. Attacking my Bullet Club, attacking Adam Cole, baby. At the end of last week's Raw, Roman Reigns and Bobby Fish started the war, and Reigns last week on SmackDown as well made sure to iterate that it is now all about Survivor Series. They accept the challenge, and they will fight them at Survivor Series. It was huge news to be revealed, but problems have arisen even further with the Bullet Club. However, I will not talk about that on Raw, as they are not really to do with Monday Night Raw itself. However, it is to do with the Bullet Club. But nevertheless, after what happened last week, Reigns and Fish beating down on Adam Cole, just as it seemed all hope was lost, along came none other than the Good Brothers to fend off those two men, to make sure they ran away, make sure they didn't make it any further punishment on Adam Cole. Cole is alright. Cole is doing okay. He's recuperating, however, at his home. He will not be here tonight. Instead, in his position as acting leader will be none other than the world champion Dolph Ziggler. So, of course, we will be seeing an action later on tonight. A lot of Bullet Club matches in this one. Don't you worry. I know you've all been clamoring to see the Bullet Club in action. Well, here tonight, we're going to be seeing a damn lot of them. Just so much to think about when it comes to the everything that happened last week. For Reigns and Fish to do that, to attack the Bullet Club, and now we've got this match to think about at Survivor Series. It just boggles my mind, in all honesty, that something like this is going on, and I didn't think it was going to happen. I mean, both guys, both teams even, both factions are dominant in their own right. The Bullet Club are better than the Dangerous Alliance, and I know that to be the case. But I'm still so surprised that it has happened. And I don't know what my feelings will be when Survivor Series rolls around. Obviously, I'm going to be siding with the Bullet Club, but it's so difficult to think about that match actually happening. Focusing back on the tag match right now, I guess Xavier finally gets the tag in here. Double clotheslines, 3 clotheslines now. And Shane Thorne was looking for a tag in there from Nick Miller. Xavier wanted to fly there, but Miller was up on his feet, making life very difficult for Xavier Woods. Great hot tag, though. Woods is able to stop some of the offense that TM61 were getting in this one. Great counter, though, by Miller. Could we see something happen here from Nick Miller? Nice little jab there, and lovely exploder, T-bone, whatever you want to call it. It was a very nice one. Great debut last week for TM61, as I said, and they're looking to improve on that again this week. Attempted moonsault there by Nick Miller, didn't capitalize. Biggie a little bit in the way of the action right now. Xavier Woods in the turnbuckle. Is he? I thought Woods might have been going for the honor roll there, but he's decided against it, and he's just kind of watching Miller get up to his feet. And oh, great dodge there by Woods. Went for something once more. Another counter by Miller. And he floors him with that neck breaker. Good stuff from TM61. They are holding their own right now against a very competitive New Day. Beautiful spine buster by Miller. Into the cover. Hooks the outside leg to try and get the win here. Woods kicks at it too. Could we see what we saw last week, though? This was exactly the same way they picked up victory over the Revolution. Could the New Day be forced to feel the same way? They hit this last week, and they'll hit it again. TM61 slamming them down. Woods in trouble. Oh, there goes Big E, floored by Miller. There's the cover. Hello and welcome, Universe Mode. This is Tuesday Night Raw again. We're like 0 for 3 right now, I think, on Raw being on time. So, yep, that's all I have to say about that one. Keeping the consistency going of being shit. But anyway, Raw is not right now the key focus for being late. It is the key focus for Survivor Series and what is going to happen heading into that iconic event. It will not be about titles at this pay-per-view. It will be about supremacy. It will be about one group proving that they are better than the other. It will be about the Bullet Club and the Dangerous Alliance. More on that, as I will be able to talk about it later. But as for right now, you see there Cody Rhodes once more being advertised. Tonight, though, Rhodes has stated he is not defending his United States Championship, but rather he has something to say about the way last week's match against Tyler Breeze ended off. and something he wants to discuss about it in general. Be interesting to see what Rhodes has to say there. Maybe we'll see another altercation between those two men, but it's the main event that we will turn our focus to. For the first time since No Way Out, the World Heavyweight Champion Dolph Ziggler is in one-on-one action, and he will be going up against none other than the villain, Marty Scurll. Scurll with a great opportunity here, but is Ziggler's mind in the right place following all that has happened to my beloved Bullet Club as of late as a result of those Dangerous Alliance members? We'll find out. But before we get into any of that, action, it is time for a tag team match involving the team that made their debut last week, TM61. TM61, of course, only wrestled one match so far, and the one match they were a part of had quite the effect left on it. As you didn't see last week, when following TM61's debut victory over the Revolution, James Storm took it upon himself to attack his now former tag team partner, Drew McIntyre, lay him out in the ring with the 8-second ride, and, well, that was it. He just left it be and went on his way. As you're going to see here, we're going to go back to last week now, shortly after the events that happened. We tried to get a backstage interview there with James Storm. As you can see, Storm was having none of it. Walked off on his way, refused to answer questions, and has not been seen since last week's episode of Raw. Still no reason as to why Storm has done what he did, but it has been revealed that as a result of what has transpired here, Drew McIntyre has requested and been granted his release from the Monday Night Raw roster. That leaves a lot of questions over where McIntyre will end up next. A big discussion of free agency for a big guy like McIntyre. And yeah, don't worry, I've got my eye on him already. But before we get into any of that, before we talk any more about the Revolution, I should say we should focus on tonight's tag team match. TM61 and the New Day squaring off. Two big teams, two teams with a lot of fire and I guess a lot of crowd support, certainly much more on the New Day's side of things than anyone else, than TM61's. But a big match nonetheless for TM61 in this one. Shane Thorne and Nick Miller are going to have to be aware that this is by no means an easy tag team to fare. They overcame the Revolution last week, and to be fair, they showed off. How am I supposed to believe that either of these guys can be a genuine superstar on Monday Night Raw? They've both proven on so many occasions that they just can't. Ryder there sends Christian into the ring pole, and grazes his boot across his face. Nothing's entertaining about this. This is all so boring. Zack Ryder now sends Christian down. Oh yes, this may mercifully come to an end. Woo woo woo. Oh, the broski boot. You can see the crowd booing at the thought of realizing they've had to sit through this match for this long already. I've had enough. Ryder with the Rough Rider to Christian. Yeah, well done, Christian. All that whining and complaining about wanting to be on Raw. Oh, you've kicked out. Never mind. I was about to say, what has that got you? Another shitty defeat, but apparently not. Christian kicks out, but he's taking a beating from Zack Ryder right now. Absolutely having it handed to him as two undeserving US champs go at it. DDT there. Is there anything Christian wants to do in this match aside from just take the beating? This is a man who has complained about the spotlight taken away from him when he believes in his eyes no one deserves it better. And he's really proving that right now, isn't he, everyone? By getting beaten up all the time by Zack Ryder here. Christian in position, turns him round, gonna look for the kill switch here, and he nails it. Oh my goodness, please win. Put us all out of our misery. There's one, there's two. Oh, Ryder kicked out. For God's sake. Christian up on the top rope, hits the elbow drop now, and he's the one in control. Ryder moves out of the way, but it's only temporary. Who allowed this match to have such airtime? Surely there's a commercial break. Surely we could have just had a James Storm backstage interview or something. This could have just been a dark match. But no. We have to watch this be televised. What a joke. What an absolute joke. Ryder with the counter. Gets him right in the face there. Oh, Ryder. Zack attack. And that's it. Nothing to follow up with. Great. Can you see now why without the Bullet Club this is about a D brand, and why ECW is the A brand, and why we're always putting on great talents and great matches? I know. You're welcome. Elbow drop there by Ryder, and he doesn't even go for the pin after hitting a move that once won him the US title. What an inept clown. Here we go. Now he's going to deliver it onto Christian. Rough Ryder. It's over. Mercifully with 1, 2. Thank you so much. Zack Ryder wins. Who really cares? The only thing we'll be celebrating is the fact that this match is over. Far less about Ryder's win. But there's Ryder and Christian staring at each other post-match, and much like Daniel Bryan a few weeks ago, offering the respect, and Christian gives it to him. Very interesting that Christian's going around giving everyone respect. I'm not really sure I care that much. But it does beg the question, why to Zack Ryder of all people? Well, there we go. After an utterly meaningless handshake or whatever between those two men, who cares? Let's move on to something that we should care about. The Bullet Club are in the house. Everyone rejoice, for the Bullet Club has arrived. And we're going to be looking at a rematch from last week, as Charlotte will once again go one-on-one with Paige. Her shocking win, her undeserved win over the Raw Women's Champion, caught the eye of the Bullet Club. And we've decided that in the due interest of fairness, after picking up a win like that, we wanted to see if she could do it again and perhaps prove us wrong. Charlotte's job for tonight is to do exactly that. Beat Paige. See no reason why Charlotte doesn't deserve a title opportunity. It would be an incredible chance for her to get her name out there, for her to prove that she is a real threat to Paige, and it wasn't just one lucky night on one lucky Raw, as it has been for a great many talents in this Raw Women's division, and to those who have opposed the Bullet Club. Well, Charlotte in the ring here. I mean, you know, I've said it before, Charlotte's talented. She's the daughter of Ric Flair, after all. She's bound to be talented. She's not Bullet Club. She's not Paige. She's not the best women's wrestler alive today. And she won't be. For as long as Paige is around, that just won't be the case. That sentiment, that sentence just doesn't exist. That opinion is not valid unless it's to do with Paige. So as Paige heads towards the ring, remember, she is the Raw Women's Champion. Not because there is no one who can oppose her, not because there is not a talent in this Raw Women's division who could try and take it away from her. It's because she's the best. She is better than everyone else. And that's why she's Bullet Club. Just as a firm reminder, Paige is Bullet Club. And she's Bullet Club like everyone else for life. And that's all I have to say on that matter. But Paige is looking pretty intensified to try and turn around last week's loss, to try and make sure that I was just a one-time thing. As I've said before, you know, as it has happened for a great many talents in this Raw Women's division. Gail Kim getting a lucky win one night. Alexa Bliss, I think, was another night. Just very lucky wins. They don't mean anything in the grand scheme of things. This one underway here, and Paige getting it out of the way right away there with a Hurricanrana. Clearly no messing around from the Raw Women's Champion as we get things underway. Big forearm shot in the face though. And here goes Charlotte from the off, giving Paige a tough time. Big neck breaker, and Paige is going to roll out of the ring there, try and recover for a second. For the big boot, and into, very lucky they're not to collide into the two people, but there. I mean, one of them allegedly does the announcing, the what's it called? Yeah, the announcing. But, you know, we don't hear that because, duh. Paige, anyway, continue to go to work here on the outside now on Charlotte. Getting a little bit messy between these two women. Last week it was a very fair... It was a very fair wrestling matchup. This week has been anything but speared into the ring apron there. Was Paige, courtesy of Charlotte. But it's Paige who will send them back into the ring at the count of 7. Paige looking to quickly get up to the top rope here. A little bit too slow to act. Charlotte makes her pay. This isn't looking good. Paige, get out of that one, please. This really ain't looking good for the women's champ. In a dangerous position. And yes, Paige with some punches gets away out of it. Up on the top rope now. Big splash. There might have even been a diving headbutt by Paige. Putting it all on the line for victory. And this is exactly why she is the Raw Women's Champion, going to any length to try and get that big win. Paige now in position. The Paige turnaround to Charlotte. In the middle of the ring. This one could be over before it even begins. No, it's not going to be. Charlotte kicks out at 2. Good kick out though there by Charlotte. Shows she still had a lot of fight left in her, but Paige right now still in quite a bit of the driver's seat. Nice neck breaker there by Charlotte. Paige doesn't fall down, but it does daze her considerably. And oh, big kick in the back. Cover here now by Charlotte, looking for the win. And a kick out of 2. Match is turned around a little bit now in Charlotte's favour, more so than anything. Paige went for the super kick there. Couldn't connect, but she gets it that time. And that super kick certainly did daze Charlotte. Be surprised if she can try and fight back considerably from it. Maybe I was proven wrong. She's actually doing a pretty solid job of fighting back right now. Up on that top rope again. Will she look for another superplex here? Yes, she will. Paige once more in that precarious position. And she can't counter it this time. Superplex for the champ. And another cover by Paige. By Charlotte, which Paige kicks out of early on. While Paige has learned from last week, Charlotte is showing her fight right now, making this real difficult for the Raw Women's Champion. Gorgeous Northern Light suplex though by Paige. Great cover as well, but it's a kick out again by Charlotte. Oh, look at the strength behind that Irish whip there. Charlotte really endured that one. And now Paige just wearing her down slowly. Best way to go about it, just to make sure that it's even more difficult for her to fight on, especially when you go to work on the head. So if she hits that rampage, it could well be the end of it. But oh, it's like an edge-o-matic there from Charlotte, and like father, like daughter, with a signature flare knee drop. Now what's Charlotte going to go for here? She's looking for that spear again. No, she's got her up here in a fireman's carry. Flapjack. Oh, I think Paige may have hit the ropes there. Come on, Paige. Fight back here. You're in a precarious position again. I don't want you losing 2 weeks in a row. A champ like you should never have to endure 2 losses. You're too great for someone to do that to you. But Charlotte right now really making life difficult. Looks as if Charlotte had something in mind there, but decided against it at the last moment. Going to call her up to her feet here. Will she jump? Yes, she will. Who? Charlotte. Drop kick. Paige sidestepped it. Great stuff there by the champ. And look at this now. Rolls through. Great roll up there by Paige to get the victory here on Charlotte. No, she kicks out. Great idea, though, by the champ. That's why she is the champ. Always able to think on her feet like that. Incredible thought process. Incredible wrestling mind by Paige. Like anyone in the Bullet Club would have. That is why they are Bullet Club, as I've said before. Oh, beautiful work there. And Paige now just practically toying with Charlotte. She knows victory is on the horizon. And she's just about to get to it. Spinning kick in the gut there to make life worse for Charlotte. But she's up to her feet here. She's moving around again. Big elbow in the back of the head. And look at this. Referee, call. Do something about that illegal action there from Charlotte. Yanking on the hair of the champ. And the referee just turns a blind eye and watches on. What are we going to see now? Once again, the rake of the eyes by Charlotte. Absolutely vile. But Paige is struggling here as Charlotte continues to use a lot of her moves. to maintain a degree of dominance in this matchup, or to leave it very 50-50 at least anyways. Once again, another kick out there, and Charlotte now, kind of the fatigue setting in as she wonders what to do. It looks like she may have in mind what she plans on doing next, and it doesn't look good for the champ. Charlotte in position. Natural selection. The head slammed into the mat by Charlotte, and this could be the worst thing to happen. This could be 2 losses in a row for the Raw Women's Champion. Come on, Paige, kick out. You've got it in you. There's 1, there's 2, and Paige kicks out. Beautiful stuff there. Had me on edge. I knew she was going to kick out. She was always going to kick out. Look at that by Paige. What a counter. Where's Paige going now? Was she... Whoa, Paige. Paige, no. Paige, there's no need for this. Paige, don't do it. With the chair. Oh, into the head of Charlotte. Paige has snapped. Paige is unloading on both the referee and the Raw Women's Champion. The Raw Women's Champion is unloading on the both. Paige loses this one. Charlotte, your winner. But oh my God. Did Paige just lose? She just lost it from that. The Raw Women's... Oh my God. We're going to need to have a talk about this. The idea of the Bullet Club is to keep you cool at all times. You need to do exactly that, Paige. We need to make sure that Paige can calm down from now on. We don't want to make crucial mistakes like that. She could lose a title. She just gifted Charlotte another win anyway, which adds more fuel to the fire in the belief that Charlotte should get the title shot now. Oh, that was a very dumb act by you there, Paige. We're going to need to talk about that. Oh, well, we're going to move on now to our next event. It will not be a matchup just yet. We're going to have to wait for that one. Coming up next, Cody Rhodes. We'll have a few things to say about the United States Open Challenge, his United States Championship reign, and maybe that match last week in regards to Tyler Breeze and what happened. All that is to come. Coming up next, we hear from Cody Rhodes. Here he comes towards the ring. Cody Rhodes. No title on him, but message still the same. Heading towards the ring, and maybe it's not about the title. That's why Rhodes has left it behind. I don't know. I'm just guessing at this point, but still a man who has been a champion since No Way Out. Took it off our beloved Adam Cole, and now he's got a few things that he wants to quickly say. And it is indeed about last week. It is indeed about that United States Championship Open Challenge. And as he says there, if he wants to talk about it all, if he wants to talk about last week as well, it's not going to be just him who needs to be in the ring. He needs the gorgeous one as well. He needs Tyler Breeze to come out here. And there he is. With little to no hesitation, Tyler Breeze is on its way, and a new look for Breeze as well. Don't know if you saw it there, the Ugg boots, the tassels, everything about the old Breeze is gone. It's a very normal looking Tyler Breeze. There's nothing fashionable about him. There's nothing new about him. It's just him. He's just here in normal, very normal attire. Maybe last week had an effect on him, but before that, Breeze has got his thing that he wants to say. And he believes that Cody is out here to talk trash about him, to say that he is not good enough for a shot at that US title, despite everything he has done for this brand over the last year and everything he has done for himself over this last year as well. He thinks that Cody's just here to mock him. And Cody's actually here to say it's completely the opposite. He respects Breeze. He respects the fight he gave him last week. He respects how Breeze went all out to try and win that US title, only for it to end in a double in a double count out even. So Cody's come here not with an insult, but with an offer. And Breeze bringing up the past kind of more so than anything, talking about his victories over Nakamura, Sting, and even his fights with the likes of Dolph Ziggler do not use him in ill-bated breath, Tyler Breeze. But he believes there is something lingering around within him that Cody Rhodes needs to talk about. And there it is. Rhodes will give him exactly what he wants. Rhodes is offering that rematch right here. Oh, sorry, not right here. Next week even for the title if Breeze chooses to step up to the plate for it. What an offer by Cody to Breeze. And Breeze is... oh, he's going to actually turn it down for now. He says that there is something else that... there is something lingering in the mind of Breeze that he needs to put beyond him. As for right now, I'm not too sure what Breeze is on about when he means that, but certainly something affecting Breeze. But whatever it is that Breeze is on about, he believes that once it is all over and done with, once he has passed it, he will be more confident than ever. And he will be able to not only bring Rhodes to his best, but also to his knees. Cody... he says he can bet the strap that he will lose it. Look at that. Nice stare down between the two men. They know what they wanted, and they know what they've got going forth. Rhodes and Breeze, the start of something here between these two men. That was a very, very interesting back and forth by both men, but you see the mutual respect there, and you see how Breeze has almost changed up his ways, his change of attire. Not only that, but almost a change of attitude as well from Tyler Breeze. See if that makes a difference in the way he wrestles or the way he acts. It certainly made a difference here tonight. Rhodes and Breeze with a mutual respect, and perhaps a future US title match down the line whenever Breeze is done resolving that problem that he spoke of. We'll see what he means by that, I guess, in the future. But as for right now, we're going to move on, because the Good Brothers are in action. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, indeed. It is time for us to all be invested in the Good Brothers. Screw Kofi's entrance. Yeah, Kofi Kingston's in action in this one. Who gives a shit? We're waiting on the real deal. We're waiting on the main man himself. We are waiting on the World Tag Team Champions to make their way out. Kofi will go at this one alone. I guess following the New Day's loss earlier tonight, they don't want him. They don't want to come out. Maybe they're hurt. I don't really care. And I will continue to not care about the problems with the New Day. But Kofi Kingston heads towards the ring here. A man who had a bit of success going from not long ago, and is going to try and reinvigorate it here tonight. The key word being try, because we both know... We both know? No, we all know that when it comes to Kofi, it's just not going to happen, is it? I mean, Kofi can pick up the win all he wants, but no, he's not. I don't even know why I said that. Kofi can try all he wants, but he's going up against the Bullet Club. And he is going up against, more specifically, the big man of the Bullet Club. He's going up against Luke Gallows. Look at these two men. Oh, what a sight for sore eyes you are. The Bullet Club are ready for this one, and they head towards the ring. Gallows will do the battling in this one. Anderson will watch, and Kofi Kingston's trying to spoil the ceremony, trying to spoil the glorious entrance of the Bullet Club, and he pays for it right there. Gallows in no mood to play around after last week. Gallows in no mood to have to deal with your stupid booty-os and your twerking and your dancing on and your hoo-hoo-hoo. This is all about Luke Gallows taking his anger out for what happened last week on someone. And I'm very, very glad that someone is Kofi Kingston, who's going to get it all as well. Kingston deserves every last instance of this. And Gallows just made sure that Kofi got the memo there. Kofi, they're looking to try and fight back early on here. Snap suplex there. Rolls right over into the cover. Hoping for victory. Just not going to happen. Gallows will make Kofi realize what pain is. As I said, this is not so much a match for Kofi to deal with. This is a message that has to be sent to the Dangerous Alliance. This is a message that everyone's going to have to take into account. You don't mess around with the Bullet Club. If you pick on one, you pick on all. The family mentality of the Bullet Club does not just reign through. It is not just shown on TV. It is a life motto within the Bullet Club. And Gallows is making sure that Heyman, Fish, Reigns, Henry, they all get the eye, they all get the realization, and they all pay attention to the fact that you do not mess with the big man of the Bullet Club. And fact of the matter is, you don't mess with the Bullet Club in general. Big choke slam there by Luke Gallows. And we know what should be coming up next. Kofi never stood a chance from the moment this one kicked off. Gallows in no mood to play around with anyone. Gallows bomb, and it's over. 1, 2... Oh my god, Kofi kicked out. He is setting himself up for even more punishment. Kofi Kingston by far and away. Perhaps one of the stupidest men I've ever seen. Especially in this moment. Getting absolutely pummeled right now by Luke Gallows. Shots there. And he's still trying to fight back here. Still trying to counter. Kofi, you are something else, to be fair, mate. You are a new breed of stupid if you think you can hang with Luke Gallows. And Gallows going to make him pay. Up on his shoulders. Fireman's carry, flapjack. I think Kofi got busted open as a result of it. Don't mess with Luke Gallows. That goes for anyone. A second Gallows bomb right into the cover, and with that, Luke Gallows destroys Kofi Kingston and sends an almighty message ahead of Survivor Series. You have pissed off the Bullet Club. And yet again, the Bullet Club overcome a weak man who thinks he's strong enough to stand up to... Oh no! No, this isn't happening! The Dangerous Alliance are here! Henry and Reigns, for the second week in a row, have blindsided the Bullet Club! This is a joke! Come on! How can we let this happen? How can we let a bunch of cowards blindside us again? Oh my god, they're here. They are here in full force, it seems. The Dangerous Alliance are about. And to Dolph Ziggler right now, I say pay a special amount of attention. Keep your wits about you. Because it seems as if something hugely problematic is about to occur. Marty Scurll anyway heading towards the ring right now. The villain set to do battle in this main event. It is a great opportunity for Scurll. But I have reason to believe that a great deal of controversy will surround this match. Not because of Marty Scurll. And not because of what Scurll does within the match. But rather... I could believe, and I could be right in saying this, the potential lack thereof of a match. Something about this all feels a little shady. For Reigns and Henry to attack the tag team champions, you gotta think Fish is somewhere. You gotta think Fish right now is waiting to pounce on Ziggler, just like he did Adam Cole last week. And if the world champion is as smart as he is, if he is as great as he is, like I know he is to be, Ziggler will make sure that won't happen. Here he is, your World Heavyweight Champion. The first time we've seen him in just over 2 weeks, and boy, just like the Good Brothers, he was sight for sore eyes. At a time like this, when the Bullet Club needs to be as unified as ever, they certainly are showing it. Sure, there might be some problems, as we just saw with the whole Dangerous Alliance thing, but what you see from the Dangerous Alliance is an act of cowardice. An act of cowardice that has flown and has filled throughout Monday Night Raw against the Bullet Club since the day they started to become a threat. Everyone attacks the Bullet Club from behind because no one's man enough to stand face to face to them. And if you dare stand face to face with the Bullet Club, you pay for it. You go down and you don't come back up. Ask Tyler Breeze. Ask Sting. They never came back up. And the same will happen to anyone else. Roman Reigns, Mark Henry, if they faced the Good Brothers face on instead of jumping them from behind, that would have been a different tale. Bobby Fish, if you try and stand face to face with Ziggler in this one, oh, I dare you to try actually, you coward. You've been a coward your entire life. You've been a no good backstabbing son of a bitch since the very first day you came around here. So do us all a favor. Try and prove us wrong. Go face to face with the world champion and prove that you are an ounce of a man that you claim to be, because the thing will happen. You can prove your manhood all you want. You can try and show that you have some balls within you. But the fact of the matter is, once you go face to face with Ziggler, after what happened last week, the outcome will be you lying flat on your ass as Dolph Ziggler shows everyone why you don't mess with the Bullet Club. And my apologies to Marty Scurll in this moment for almost being overlooked in this whole equation. Scurll is a great talent. Scurll is a great athlete, and that's why Ziggler is taking him on here. He's not running backstage and looking around for any of the Dangerous Alliance members, for Bobby Fish. He's here to fight right now. And fight he will against Scurll. And you've got to commend that about Dolph Ziggler. He's all about giving a show as much as he is Bullet Club business. Scurll right now, grabbing onto the hair of Ziggler, sends him into the ropes and pushes him back. While the title may not be on the line at Survivor Series, the chance for Scurll, should he win here tonight, would be a huge one. Just thinking about it. Thinking about how huge of an opportunity it would be for him. Scurll having to roll outside of the ring temporarily. And Ziggler watching on the inside. And oh, Scurll there as Ziggler went to kick with one boot. Scurll swept the other away. Great thinking there by the villain, who looks to capitalize here. Death Valley driver position on the outside. Oh my god, what is Scurll going to do here? Oh my! Ran him into that one. As if like a Samoan drop, and Scurll hammering away now. Shots on the face of Ziggler. This is a man who doesn't care about the Bullet Club Dangerous Alliance business. This is a man who just wants to fight. This is a man who wants to be, in his eyes, the next world champion maybe. I am loving this fight from Scurll. You gotta remember, this is a guy who we at the Bullet Club respect greatly as well. He may have faced Adam Cole in the past and come up short. He may well have been a thorn in our side previously, but Scurll is still an incredible athlete. Great stuff there from Scurll. Ziggler having to really fight for his own right here. Lovely tilt-a-whirl DDT. That's more like it from the world champion. Ziggler, of course, a 3-time world champion within this universe. 1 WWE Championship reign, 2 world titles. And he has done a great job with that belt ever since he won it. But Scurll right now in position. Beautiful move into the cover. Ziggler's legs were in the ropes, but Scurll moved them away, only for Ziggler to kick out and send Scurll some ways back. Good stuff here by both men, back and forth right now. Look at this though by Scurll. Up in the Alabama Slam. Only to send him down onto his knee. Beautiful thing to witness. Cover here by Scurll. Could he pick up a huge win? Not going to happen. Ziggler kicks out. Which goes to show, in amongst the Bullet Club and in amongst all of those ass kissers on Raw, there are great talents like Marty Scurll. And Scurll will look for the crossface chicken wing. Ziggler in huge trouble here. Fight on through this, Ziggler. You're better than this. You can do it. And look at that by Ziggler. Showing his greatness. He's out of that one. He's back up to his feet. He is fighting on. And that is why you've got to love Ziggler. Refusing to give in no matter what. Famous by Ziggler. And he's going to put this away the way he's put away so many athletes before. Ziggler lines it up in the corner. Super kick. Ziggler into the cover. Thank you very much for coming. This one is over. There's 2. No, it's not. Scurll kicks out. And Ziggler could hardly believe it there. Ziggler gonna try and continue on here. Onto Marty Scurll. What a main event this has been. Great back and forth action by both men. Scurll now in position. Neck breaker off the top. Well, that looked like it was going to do a lot of damage to Ziggler. Come on, kick out, man. There's 1, there's 2, and yes, Ziggler still kicking out. Ziggler needs to do more here. Scurll is really giving the world champion a tough time. I think the whole Dangerous Alliance problem is getting to Dolph Ziggler, and that's the last thing we need to happen. Cornering Ziggler there. Scurll is unloading right now on the world champion. Come on, Ziggler. Please. We don't need any more problems to happen. Lovely drop kick there. Pinpoint accuracy by Ziggler once more. And this is how you hit a real neck breaker. Scurll, that is a perfect neck breaker. And of course it would be perfect after all. It is done by the world champion. Ziggler now looking to assume control in this match once more. Scurll and Ziggler right now going real back and forth. Great elbow there by Ziggler as he now is... Oh my god! Oh my god, it's Fish! What the hell's Fish doing here? They're standing off. Ziggler ready to tee off. Fish ready to tee off. Oh, Scurll's flattened. Scurll taken down by Fish. What the... What's Fish even doing here? Oh my god, Bobby Fish is here. I can't believe it. Fish arrived onto Raw. He's arrived on his own, and Ziggler's making him pay for it. Ziggler getting revenge for last week on the WWE Champion. Fish, though, planting him down. Ziggler is not one to back down from this fight. Ziggler is not going to cower away from the WWE Champion. The leaders of these two factions right now, the leader of the Dangerous Alliance and the leader and the interim leader of the Bullet Club going at it. This is incredible to witness. Just a brawl between these two men essentially on the outside. Well, not on the outside, but all throughout the ring, really. They are going at it here. These two men, you can tell, do not like each other. Because as I said earlier, once you get yourself involved in family business with the Bullet Club, you mess with the whole Bullet Club. Fish and Ziggler, face to face, man to man. Right now, Fish proved me wrong. He went face to face with him, and he's going to try and make Ziggler pay for it here. Looking for the fish hook. Ziggler counters. Clobbers him in the back. Ziggler now. Zigzag. And Fish goes down. That is what I wanted to see. Ziggler floors Fish. Oh, you've got more in you. Tell me you've got more in you, Ziggler. Don't let us down. He's practically hanging on a lifeline after that. And there is Ziggler making him pay for it. Do unto Fish as you have to many. Make him pay for messing with Bullet Club business. Ziggler. Super kick to Fish. That'll send a message. That'll prove it all. We'll see you at Survivor Series Dangerous Alliance, because you have picked against a poison that promises to kill you from the inside out. This is the Bullet Club's territory. The Bullet Club are the best, and ain't no one standing over them. That'll end this episode of Raw. We're out of time. We've got to go. Thank you, Ziggler. Thank you, the Bullet Club.